What would you say is the biggest lie people tell themselves that keeps them financially stuck in life?
Oh, well, that's a good one. I mean, a lot of lies. Like, I can't do it. Or one of the biggest is like, I don't deserve it. Like, why should I have this? And it's weird because I've dealt with a lot of people that their self-esteem is so low, right? And other people tell them, you're amazing, you're great at what you do, this and that, but they just kick themselves down and they actually don't think they deserve to be successful. They don't think that they deserve to be whatever it is they're looking for. And that's the biggest enemy we have sometimes is us. It's our mind. So every time, let's say I wake up, I'm like, okay, today is going to be an insane day. It's going to be an abundant day. It's like, put that out there. Dude, I believe in energy and everything, because if you're always constantly thinking negative things happen. All those people are like, I'm so unlucky.
Yeah.
You're unlucky because you keep saying it, you keep declaring it. So obviously you're attracting the negative. So it's kind of like getting out of that mindset of just start being positive regardless of where you are or what's happening in your life. It's like everything's going to be good. So it's just kind of like they don't think they deserve it, and everything they attract is negative because of it.
Yeah. At what point in your life did you realize you needed to change that?
When I started kind of like the whole entrepreneurship, I was kind of in a point where I was working at my father's company and kind of like in that comfort zone that we were talking about. And then I was starting to travel back and forth, and I'm like, oh, this is horrible. I don't want to do this. And then that's where I kind of started focusing. Why am I complaining? Why am I complaining about going to Latin America? Why am I complaining about having to do this meeting or this or whatever it was? And then just start kind of switching it. I'm like, wow, I'm blessed that I get to do this. I'm blessed that I get to see that person or have this job or do this. Or so it's just kind of flipping that switch, just seeing the positive.
Yeah. I can't help but to smile because as simple of a statement that is, it just goes to show how fascinating the human mind is, but also how catastrophic it can be.
100%.
Because you can be the biggest dreamer and accomplish almost anything if you're in that state of mind, or you can be the complete opposite. You can second guess yourself and doubt your ass all freaking day and won't get shit done.
And it's happened to me before, and it happens still, because that's something that is not like you switch your mindset and it's switched forever. Something that you have to work on it every single day. And sometimes I'll go into calls and I'll go into investor meetings, or I'm trying to close a deal. How I go into that call or into that meeting usually determines the outcome of that meeting.
Yeah,
right.
Totally.
So sometimes I'm like, oh, what if I don't close it? What if I say the wrong thing? Or if this doesn't go through, then this won't go through. And then I start like psyching myself out. Then I go into the meeting, and guess what happens? I don't close the deal.
Yeah.
Something falls through. Something happens.
Yeah.
Versus when I go in, I'm like, I'm going to close this deal. It's already a done deal. I'm just going to go in and finalize it. And usually I close whatever deal or whatever it is I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What would you say to the people watching at home? What's one step they could take in their life to kind of shift their mindset into a more positive one?
Start with the little things, right? Start with things that are not 100% that complicated, that hard, just day-to-day things. Like, let's say, the gym. Go sign yourself up at the gym. Start by there, right? And then go one day. Yeah. People think that they have to go all in, all at once. And if you go to the gym, and so you have to start with the diet and go six or 7 times a day, a week. So no, start baby steps, right? Just like we learn how to crawl and then walk, and then nobody was born and started sprinting, right? So you just have to do little things. Small things over time compound into massive things, right? We just want massive results today without really having done anything. So I can't just imagine that. It was funny because like 2 years ago, I think it was, I traveled with my wife. I forget where it was, but in the hotel we were staying, there were all these Ironman guys. Like they were going to compete for an Ironman at that city. And I've always liked challenging myself. And I'm like, all right, I could do an Ironman. And I'm like, I got back to Miami and I'm like, all right, I'm going to do an Ironman. My wife's like, oh my God, here we go. It's one of those Billy things that he's going to start doing.
Hey, I like that.
And I'm like, okay, I was 100% convinced I was going to do an Ironman.
Okay.
Until I Googled what it takes to do an Ironman. and how many months I have to train prior. I thought in a month I got that down. And then I started seeing everything and how long you have to swim and run and bike. I shut the laptop and I went on to the next project. I'm like, that's impossible.
Yeah.
But if I would have started maybe jogging and then maybe riding bike a little bit, and then those things aren't that impossible, right?
True. I think that's where people get stuck. What you were saying is they have the all or nothing mindset, we like to say. Most people give up because it's either they do it all now or they don't want to do it at all.
Yeah.
They don't want to take the little steps to get a little bit better. And then once they can't accomplish it, they're like, nope, I can't do it.
I will counter that a little bit because I know we're definitely top 1%ers, but there's a couple scenarios in life where you just throw yourself into the fire and you don't have to prep and you can still accomplish what most people would have had to prep for. One example is we both threw ourselves into the fire with a 100-mile bike ride. We got invited last minute and we're like, I think we can do that. Went for one 20-mile bike ride together and we realized, 20 miles, like we kind of knocked that out. We can do 100, right? Well, we got through the 100. It was hell.
Yeah.
But we made it through a 100-mile bike ride with zero prep. Same with my first 10-mile run. I've never, ever been a runner. I went for 2 runs beforehand just to kind of see, okay, if I can do half of 10,
You can do the whole
I
thing.
can assume that the rest is just mindset.
Yeah.
And I accomplished the 10. But I'm sure an
100%.
Ironman is another level. I can't speak from experience. I've never done one. But
Yeah.
part of
But
me
then
will-
again, it's also priorities, right? For me, it's like, what do I get out of doing
that's
Ironman?
it. I would be the same way.
Yeah?
I would shut that laptop too because I'd be like, I'm not willing to prioritize that over my family, the life I want to live in my business.
Yeah, I read you have to go in like 8 months of full
way.
dedication. I'm not gonna do that, right? Let's say I did the fast, right? I started going into the fasting. I've always been big into health and fitness and all that sort of stuff. I'm always challenging myself in that.
Yeah.
And I went straight into a 72-hour fast.
Oh yeah.
Because I said if I do the 24-hour, then I'm gonna see how much that sucks.
Yeah.
Then I'm probably never gonna do the 70. So I just went all in.
That's it. That's
But
the
it's just
savage
priorities, right? And we just have to learn how to prioritize the things that we want, focus on the things that are important to us. A lot of people don't set goals, don't kind of see an overview of what they actually want. If you want to spend time with your family as much as possible, then do things that allow you to do that. Don't go out and find the 9 to 5 in 30 minutes away where you know you're not going to be able to be home.
Dude, that's it. That's why InstaShred is the way. 2 to 3 days a week and no crash dieting.
Yeah.
That's the life right there.
I actually switched. I started doing like 3-4 workouts per week now.
Yeah.
I've gotten better results than when I was doing like 6 or 7. I thought I have to work out every single day.
And from a longevity aspect, think about how much less you're beating up your joints and
Oh,
ligaments.
100%. Not worth it.
Man.